All right, I'm speaking with Shobi, right?
Shobi, correct.
Shobi. I'm speaking with Shobi Dahl from Dave's Killer Bread. Of course, you're part of the Dahl family that runs the company. Tell us a little bit about the business.
Well, in 2005, my Uncle Dave got released from prison, came back and worked for the family business that my grandfather started in 1955. We'd always been making organic whole grain breads, and we wanted to launch a new bread line. So that was Dave's Killer Bread in 2005. It's really been a big part of the Dave's Killer Bread focus has been building a business model around social sustainability, where we work with a lot of community organizations to provide opportunities for ex-cons and felons who are otherwise often highly discriminated against in the workforce. We don't offer people jobs because they're an ex-con. We offer people chances to turn their lives around when they're ready, willing, and able to do so. And all they need is a second chance, much like what Dave got from my father when he got out of prison in 2005. My father gave him, it may even been beyond a second chance, but it was a second chance to turn his life around and come back and make something positive. And Dave seized the opportunity and really made quite a bit out of it, as you can tell by what we've accomplished with Dave's Killer Bread. So the goal for what we're trying to do is not just provide opportunities for ex-cons inside of our company, but we have this philosophy that we tell a lot of other businesses and organizations about, and it's kind of the start with one principle. If you want to make a change in your organization and help maybe an underserved portion of the population, it doesn't have to be ex-cons. There's a lot of other different populations out there. There's people with various mental illnesses. There are people with different disabilities. One that gets a lot more attention than any of those are veterans. Many different underserved populations. And the best thing that you can do if you want to make a change inside your organization is kind of pick one of those and give it a start with one person. The best thing that we recommend you do is you spend time talking with this person about the changes that they've been making in their lives, the positive changes that they are making to really be able to be a positive contributor to society. That's what we've done with the ex-cons. We look at the programs that they've been enrolled in. Are they doing community service? Have they been doing rehabilitation to kind of reintegrate with society after they get out? And it's this start with one is what we try to get other organizations to do. Is just we provide opportunities. About roughly a third of our employees are ex-cons right now. Wow. And I wouldn't recommend that any organization go out there and just do that from day one, because it does have its own unique challenges. But when you start with one, there's very little risk. There's a lot of reward. You can find a lot of amazingly dedicated, hardworking, trustworthy people out there. If you go out and you look for the right people that aren't being served by other companies that really want to make a positive change in their lives. And I can just go on and on about all the success stories we've had. I have several managers and supervisors and people throughout the whole organization that have come in, and they are just the most loyal people that you could possibly imagine to the company. And they've been a big help for us getting to where we're at now.
Well, sure, because you're the group that gave them a shot.
Yes.
There's a lot of trust that comes with that. And starting with one is such a great idea because you start with one. If that doesn't work out, okay, well, if you gave it a shot. But if it does work out, then you go to two.
Exactly.
And if that works out, and then by the time you get to 3, 4, 5, if you do get the occasional person who doesn't work out, then you know that it's not this whole group of people.
Exactly.
It's one.
It doesn't matter what population you're hiring from, whether it's, just, I guess, normal people, whatever that means, or, an underserved population. You're always going to have people that aren't going to work out. And so it's important to remember that you're probably never going to bat 1,000. We certainly haven't.
That's fantastic. So going forward, Dave's Killer Bread certainly has been a success now for a number of years. You guys started in 2005, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. What plans do you have to keep this kind of innovation going? Certainly looking to an alternative source for for workers is pretty amazing. What else you got in the plans?
Well, what we're doing this year is we're putting together a program called the Good Seed Grant. It's we've always done a lot of charitable giving to organizations in the community that are supporting transformations in people's lives, and we're formalizing that process this year. To take applications from generally nonprofit organizations that are going to do education and rehabilitation and placement of for these people into jobs. And so we're looking for new organizations. I believe we're going to be opening it up to an organization in the Puget Sound. We don't know which one yet, but we're taking applications. And we may have another grant come up for Oregon. And our long-term goal is either later this year or early next year to get one going in California. To where we can give financial support to organizations that are trying to facilitate the transition, because it can be a little bit daunting for a company to jump into it all on their own. But with a lot of great organizations like the WorkSource Oregon, there's Southeast Works, the Open Minds, Open Doors, all these organizations are really the catalyst for people being able to make these transitions and get into companies like ours. We don't do all the work ourselves. We work with a lot of these organizations to help find the people that are ready, willing, and able to make these changes in their lives.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.
Awesome.